Well, the holiday season is upon us here in the farmhouse kitchen, so it means it's time to start making all of the delicious sweet treats that we don't make the rest of the year. One recipe that I discovered last year that I got from the Elliott's homestead is caramel corn. So while it's not only delicious, it is super simple to make, and it's something that you can make ahead, which is perfect for those holiday gatherings where you don't have as much time to get out the door, or you're trying to have something prepared before people arrive. Like all good holiday recipes, it does require a good amount of butter and sugar, and in this caramel recipe we add honey as well, which gives it another delicious dimension of flavor. You add those 3 ingredients to your pot, and then you start heating it up over medium-low-ish heat, as you want to bring it to a boil without being a hard boil. So while I'm waiting on the caramel to heat up and get to a boil, I'm going to get started on the popcorn itself. I forgot to make a note last year, and I remembered after I started filming this, is that you only want to put half the popcorn in at a time if you have a smaller pot, as you don't want to overcrowd the pot as you're trying to pop it, as it won't pop as well. While keeping an ear out for the popcorn in your pot, occasionally stir your caramel and also start getting ready the other ingredients for the caramel. So you end up adding about a teaspoon of salt, baking soda, and vanilla to give it a little bit of extra flavor. So I like getting them prepared in a little dish so that I am ready to go when the caramel is finished boiling. So when you add those ingredients, it is going to foam up on you really quick, so be prepared to keep stirring it down so it doesn't overflow your pot, and turn off the heat. Then you pour it directly into your pot with all of the popcorn that you have popped, and start tossing and stirring to get it evenly coated. While it's still warm, you're going to want to spread it into a single layer on a couple of baking sheets so that it won't clump together too badly. If you're planning on eating all the caramel corn in one sitting, you can stop right here and be finished with the process. But if you're wanting to have it keep for a couple days, you will want to bake it in the oven for about 20 minutes at 275, stirring it once halfway through in order to dry it off a little so it prevents it from getting soggy. I personally like adding a little bit of extra salt while it is baking in the oven so that it has a little bit of that more sweet and salty flavor, but if you just want it purely sweet, you can do it without. After it's cool enough to handle, you want to break apart any clumps that did form and then start putting it into the containers that you want to store it in. I personally like using gallon mason jars, as the caramel corn is pretty all on its own, but you can use any airtight container. I'll link below to the specific jars that we used in case you're interested in using them as well. I'll also link below to the original recipe from the Elliott homestead in case you want to take a closer look at it. And now I will try to restrain myself from eating this entire jar before our family holiday gathering tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas season, and we'll catch you next time.